Hi, this is the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Thursday, April the 10th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in as a guest or use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Well, let me bring up the SPY as I've been doing for the past few days. We can't really talk about the trading day today unless we look at the SPY. And if you traded today and you tried to go long, you probably didn't do very well. Now, actually, I had three trades today. Nothing spectacular, but actually two were on the long side. I actually made a little bit of money on both of them, and one was on the short side and eked out a profit on the other. So we'll take a look at those trades. But first, let's take a quick look at the SPY. And this purple line right here is where it closed yesterday. So you can see it started off basically where it was. So it wasn't a big gap down, had a little bit of a sell-off at the beginning, and then it looked like it was going to get into positive territory to resume the past 2 days. But no, it basically just has traded all the way down most of the day. We've had a little bit of a jog here. The market is still open, and I see that we're still putting in a candle, a red candle here. If we look at the daily on the SPY, you can see that, maybe there's some support in this area here. We got a tail right there, but who knows? One right there. After that, though, we're looking at 180 maybe. So another 3 points to go. But it's hard to say what's going to happen. But certainly these last 2 days of somewhat of euphoria, thinking that maybe the market was over these 2 days. That's over right now anyway. So let me just show you the trades that I
Wow.
actually took. And I'm just going to put this on pause for 1 second. Yes, there I had to turn off one of my sound alerts. It was ringing fairly noisily in my ear. So a bit of a distraction. So anyway, Coca-Cola. Now, you don't see Coke on this anymore. This was actually a 20-day high break. And if I go back here, the 20-day high for Coke was actually 39.03. So again, it's not on this list anymore because it doesn't satisfy the filter requirements that allow it to be on the list in the first place, and so that's why you don't see it anymore. But at one point during the day, this was on the list, and I had my trigger right at this level here, 39.03. Now, because the market was a little bit wonky, I thought I definitely wanted to wait a bit, and but I did get into the trade at 39.10. I didn't take the trade right. Well, actually, on this candle, I had to wait for it to settle down, and then on the pullback, I took it at 39.10, and I was able to get out half at 39.32 and the other half at 39.35. Now, this was a really tough one to hold because if you look at the SPY, see, this is when it's going up, and you can see the SPY is, I mean, it was sort of stabilizing, but this is when it was really starting to dive. And I was holding all through this area, kind of marveling at the fact that it was holding its strength. And but eventually, I just said enough was enough as the SPY just kept getting hit harder and harder. So it's basically why I took the trades off, and good thing because it really it hasn't fallen a lot actually. It's just that, and in fact, I guess what
Wow.
they're talking about is sort of one of those defensive stocks that people pile into when the market gets bad. You look at your Coca-Colas. McDonald's was another one, and I missed it. I have to admit, I did not take McDonald's. McDonald's was triggered. Now, pretty choppy, all right, but it was triggered at 98.90. So right in this level right there is where it broke its 20-day high. And, I did some chop, but I mean, if you'd held it even all day, you'd still be up. One of the few positive stocks, I'm sure, for the day.
Wow.
So I didn't take McDonald's, but again, it's just sort of showing, and I'm going to show you the other one I took was Clorox. Again, these sort of, I guess we'll call them defensive stocks. I'm sorry, that's not Clorox, that's Colgate Palmolive. But before that, I did take Clorox, and I was looking maybe to see whether or not some of these bounce plays might work. And so I was alerted to it around this area here. But I decided, because again, when I was looking at the SPY, I mean, the SPY just wasn't going to help any bounce plays, I thought, at all today. So I actually took a short here at 89.47, right in this level here. watch it go down here. Thought, okay, it will maybe an acceleration downwards. Now, again, if I look at the SPY, and so this is where I took the trade, and you see how it really dropped. The SPY was dropping, and this did not drop that much. And it started coming back up. The SPY started making a bit of a rally here, and that's when this happened. But my danger sign was the SPY was really tanking here, and this was not going down that much. So I was ready to. So I basically got rid of it, covered my short at 89.44 for like a 3 cent gain. And I remarked in the room later on, I mean, this is all timing. I mean, look at this. This is a real roller coaster. This was so sleepy right here. It hardly traded very much. And then all of a sudden, it gets this acceleration high. It dipped, came back up, down, and then it really took off to the downside. Of course, that's what I was hoping for in this area here. But that's why day trading can be pretty difficult. It is really all a matter of timing. It's amazing how many times you can go back and look at a trade and see, well, I was either early or late, but I had the right idea. Anyway, that was Clorox, and then the last one I did was a real that was a it was a real tough one for me to take because again, look at the SPY. It's just tanking, tanking, tanking here, and this broke 65.98. Let me just get back. It broke a lot earlier, actually, in the day. 65.98 was the 20-day high. So you can see right here is when it broke. So it actually broke earlier in the day, right here. But again, I was just so reluctant to take anything long. But I kept an eye on it, and then when it broke it again later on in the day, I decided, well, this this is going contrary to the market. It is just it's looking strong. Again, maybe one of these little defensive stocks that people like to get into. And so I took the trade at 6609, rewarded immediately with this candle here, and then the next one. But I took off the trade at 6619, half of it at 6619. Again, I just did not trust the market. Again, if you look at the market, what it was doing while I was in the trade, I'm thinking, wow, I mean, I just can't keep. It was very difficult to hold it. And so when it actually though when it popped up through 66.31 and a couple of beautiful green candles here, and I thought, boy, I mean, this is just trading on its own. But it stopped, and the minute I saw this red candle, I got out at the second one at 66.15. So I mean, we're talking marginal gains here, but considering the fact that the market is so down today, I was pretty pleased with the fact that I could find two trades breaking my 20-day high that actually worked. And my timing was just a little off on the Clorox. Otherwise, that would have been a really nice short. So that's it for today. Hopefully, I shouldn't
Wow.
say hopefully. I mean, I don't care if the market goes down. I'll just concentrate a lot more on
Wow.
looking at things to short. But right now, that's what we have to look at and see what happens tomorrow. And it's just one of those things where you get if you read enough news, I mean, you're going to find people saying, well, this is it, everything is going to sell off tomorrow and it's just going to continue down, but you just never know. So I usually have a very open mind when it comes to trading, and I just try to let the market tell me what to do and don't worry about what other people are saying. So that's it for today. Let me just bring back the cover page again. Here's how to get into the room. And you can log in as a guest or use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Hope to see you in the room tomorrow, and good trading on Friday.